Hi class, it's Miss Maldonado and I'm going to teach you guys how to use the web application StoryBuilder to create a story using the conversations that you picked in the Grapes of Wrath novel. Now before we get started on using the web application, it's important that you guys have a conversation in mind. So I've picked a conversation between Uncle John and Casey. Now that I have a conversation in mind, let's open the web browser. Now we're going to type in the address to the web application, which is docs.storybuilder.appspot.com. Now the cool thing about this website and this web application is that you don't even have to create an account. You don't even have to do that. All you have to do is come with the story in mind. So now that we have our story or our conversation in mind, let's click this button that says Get Started. Now, this page asks you to add characters, and we know that I have a conversation with Uncle John. He begins the conversation, and another character in the conversation is Casey. Now, if the conversation that you picked has more than 2 people, you can always add a new character, but I only have 2, so I'm only going to focus on 2 right now. And I can always change the color too, which is pretty cool about this application. I'm just going to pick some random colors here. Alright, now we're ready to write the story. Now, I have the conversation right here on this Word document, but it's important that you guys write out the conversation on a piece of paper, and you can use that as you type in the conversation here on this page. And also it's important that you leave out anything outside of the quotation marks, so just focus on what's in the quotation marks. So, Uncle John begins the conversation by saying, "You think it was a sin to let my wife die like that?" Question mark. You're going to press enter twice, and this is where Casey comes in the conversation, and we're going to click the text box below Uncle John's, and it's just going to go ahead and prompt Casey's text box. And I'm going to type in what Casey says, and he says, "Well, for anybody else, it was a mistake, comma, but if you think it was a sin, dash dash, then it was a sin, period. A fella builds his own sins right up from the ground, period." And we're going to press enter twice, and this is where Uncle John comes back in to the conversation, and we're going to click the text box below Casey's text box, and it's going to prompt to Uncle John, and Uncle John ends the conversation by saying, "I've got to give that a going dash over, period." Now the conversation has ended, and it's important that we title the document, and we're going to name this document. First, we're going to put the location. In my case, it's chapter 18. You can always add a little bit more if you want. I'm going to put Uncle John and Casey. And from here, we can go on to the next step. But if you want to preview the story and proofread, that's okay too. You can click that, and you can see how the story is going to play out here. We can always do that later on in the process. So let's move forward. We're going to click Add Music. So the cool thing about this app is that you can add background music, and they don't give you a whole lot of options, but they're fun to play with to kind of go with your story. And in my conversation, I'm going to pick Love Story because I think the mood of the conversation is sad and somber, and I think this music goes well with that. So I picked a song, and we can go ahead and go to the next step, which is finish up. If you don't like any of the options, you can always click no music, and that's okay too. So let's click finish up, and it's going to bring you to a page that says share your story, and we're going to first type in your name so we know who made the story. And I'm going to type in my name, but I want you to type in yours. And before you click the get share link, I want you to click preview video. You're going to click that, and this is what your story is going to be like in full glory. So, proofread it, watch it through, make sure everything is follows what the requirements are for this assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and say it satisfies the requirements, and I'm going to click Get Share Link, and it's going to give you this link. And this link is very important because I want you to copy. I want you to right hand click copy, and you need to open up a new tab, type in our blog journey website, which is thegrapesofwrathunit.wordpress.com. And I've already created a blog entry for this assignment, so I want you to click on that, and you're going to scroll down to the bottom of this blog entry, and you're going to click on Leave a Reply and copy or paste your link right here. But first I want you to put in your name. Once you've done that, I want you to press Post Comment, and once you do this, it's going to post that link to the new blog entry, which is over this activity. Scroll down to the bottom, and you're going to see where I have put my name and pasted the link, and I'm going to click that link, and it's going to prompt me to the story that we just made. And this is what is required for your assignment. I hope you have fun with this web application, and I'll see you tomorrow in class.